This conference will now be
uh,
recorded.
how we can add the hyperlinks and how we can add the image, and finally we saw how we can add a table also, right? Okay, so table code I think I did not attach, no problem. So today we will talk about tables. So table something is left over. So tables, and we'll talk about lists, and then we will start forms. Okay. So basically, how we can create a table? How we can create a table? How we can create a table? So using table tag, using table tag. Very good. So whenever I am talking about a table, so let me open it. HTML programs. Uh, Open with Visual Studio. Okay. So this is a table that we created, right? Okay. So why border was necessary? Why border was necessary? So without border, you cannot see that lines. Okay. So first you run this. So you cannot see those lines. Okay. So see those kind of boxes. Okay. So that's why we require. So we require what? We require the. So as live server is running, so I'll say uh, demo.html. Okay, so this was the table, right? So without border, I cannot get this kind of lines and everything. Okay, so that is why I used border. Fine. So today what we will do is, so now everyone understood how we can create a table. So table, how many rows are there? Actually 4 rows, isn't it? Actually how many rows? 4 rows. So why sir 4 rows? First row is completely dedicated to headings. So second row, first record. Second row is the first record. So second record, third record, like that. How many number of records you want? That many number of rows you can keep. Okay, so for heading you can use th, and for normal data you can use td. For normal data you can use td. So here if you observe, so we use th for this also. Okay, so it will not be like in horizontal way or anything, so just got like highlighted. Okay, got like highlighted, so I can use the td for this. So I sorry, I can use td for this. I can use td for this. So it's up to us basically. So td means that highlighting will not happen, that's it. So td here, and again here also td. So with TD, what you will get? You will get you will get the data part. You will get the data part. So then again in CSS, we will see the padding. If you remember, I told you padding means the space above, below, right side, left side of the content. So all four sides padding. Then you'll have border. Then you'll have border. So then you'll have margin. So all those things we will be seeing in CSS. Okay. So one thing we have to look at here is, okay, so this is how I can create a table. Okay, so code I did not put on that day, so I'll put it now. So this is how you can create a table. Okay, so body, under the body part you can put the table, you can put the table, right? Okay, so a simple table. So what is this? Basically what we created, we created a simple table. Okay, so with how many rows? With the 4 rows, 4 rows. Okay, so with 4 rows, one head row. So one is head row, and other three What are the other three? So one is head row, and what are the other three? Other three are data rows. Other three are data rows. Okay. So header row I can keep it using th. Data row I can keep it using td, sorry, td, right? Okay. So this is the way that we created the table. Why border becomes compulsory and all I told you. Okay. Now what we have to learn important here before doing the styling and all. Styling and all we will do in CSS. So for now we don't have to worry about that styles. Okay. So but we need to talk about call span and row span. Call span and row span. So what are these options? Okay. So first we will go for call span. So a it is a table data attribute. It is a table data attribute which is used which is used for merging which is used for merging the column data merging the column data. Okay, so basically in table we said td tr, but we never used that column word, but here we are using that column word. So what is column? Horizontal arrangement of the data. Column means what? Horizontal arrangement of the data. So we want to merge, literally like merging cells. So that is what the plan is here. Okay, right. So now for example, okay, first we will try to uh, go for the model, or I can say the structure, then we can design it. Okay. Now most of the time, now for example, this is some data. So this is some like say employee data. Okay. So employee first name, employee last name, and employee designation. Okay. So employee first name, employee last name, employee designation. How you will create this? You will say th. So you, how many trs can be there here? 1 tr, 2 tr, 3 tr, 4 tr. Okay, so each tr contains how much of data? How much of data? 3 data, right? So 3 data, basically these are columns, literally speaking. So these are columns, yes or no? Now I don't want this. What I want is, I want just name. Okay, so under the name I want, okay, so employee designation. So under the name, I don't want employee first name and employee last name kind of thing. So what I want name merged. So this column should be merged. So literally what happens? So these two must be merged. The two must be merged. Getting my point? Am I clear with my points? Okay, now what we need to do? So that is a question. We will go for the call span. We'll go for what? Call span. Is my point clear? Okay. So now first let us normally design employee number. Okay. Employee first name and employee last name. Employee last name and employee designation. Employee designation, right? So employee first name Kamal Nath. So and employee designation is like manager. Okay, right. So next like Gaurav Mishra, random names. So he is like director. Okay, and something like Abhinav Sharma, right? So now he is a supervisor. Okay, now how will I get the data? How will I get the table? Okay, so Kamal Nath. Okay, so I don't want this to be highlighted. I want it to be TD only. So D here and D here, right? So save this. Okay. So now these are the things. Now what I told you, I don't want these two columns. I want it to merge and say name only. I want to say name. I don't want to say first name and last name. So just I want to say name. Now what I'll do, I'll say th. Try to understand the point. Call span is equal to 2. Is equal to 2. So now what should happen? We should not have the. We should not have what? We should not have the last name. We should not have the last name. So name is merging two columns. Name is merging two columns over. Understood now? So this is called column span, or you can say simply call span. So simply what? Call span. So whenever I'm saying call span, what is call span? It is going to merge. It is going to merge. So what it is going to do? It is going to merge. So what is it going to merge? The first column and the second column. So whenever you want to merge, you can do that. No, sir, I want to merge everything. So then you can say here again TD call span. Okay, so Kamalnath. You can say Kamalnath. Okay, so you can do that experiment later. Is my point clear? So two columns I am merging into one. So this call span I said name. So what happens in the background? It will merge two columns. It will merge two columns. And what is not required here? Giving the next name is not required. No, already it is merged. Already it is combined. It is combined. Am I clear? Am I clear with my point? So this is called column span. This is called what? Column span. So whenever we want to merge, we can go for the column span. We can go for the column span, right? Okay. Then we are going for the row span. Next we are going for what? Row span. So whenever we talk about row span, this is used for merging the rows. Merging the rows. Okay, so what is this used for? It is used for merging the rows. Call span for merging the columns, row span for merging the rows, right? Okay, so how it happens, let's see. Okay, pro forma. So I want some pro forma, something like say name of the student, and uh, generally nowadays everyone is having a dual sim, so they are having two phone numbers, right? So name, suppose like say Anil, so he has two phone numbers. Okay, right? So he has two phone numbers. So name. Now what are you spanning here? You are spanning the rows. What are you spanning? You are spanning the rows. Okay, how this should take place? First row, no change, so simply no span, nothing. You want two columns. Second row you are spanning. Second row you are spanning. Okay, and you can have phone and this two values, but you should not provide this value in the third row. Okay, so let me show you. Now first row, no need of call span, so simply say name and you say TD, and here also you say TD and you say Anil. What will say? Anil. So name Anil, fine. So next TR is going to be phone, right? So what we will say here? So TD row span, okay, sorry, TR row span. Uh, okay, so this is TD only, no, sorry. Okay, TD row span is equal to 2. So here what I'll say, I'll say phone. Okay, no need to put it in row. So if you put it in row, like it will become row, right? So no need to put it in row. So you can say 4, 5, 3, 2, 4, 6. Okay, no need to pass the third value because there is no third element. Okay, so next here you don't have to pass any first data. No need to pass the first data. So what you can pass? You can pass only 5, 8, 3, 4, 8, 9. Okay, so I don't want the third row. Am I clear? So what are we not having here? Okay, let me run this and let me do this. Now you got it. So name Anil. Okay. So row span. What you did here? TD row span means you combined two rows. You combined two rows, and in that row, what do you have kept? You have kept the phone number. You have kept the phone. Okay. So phone heading phone. Yes. No, sir. I wanted TH. Okay. Make it TH. No problem. So make it TH. No issues. Okay, right. So like this. So name Anil, phone, two phone numbers. So he's having how many phone numbers? He is having two phone numbers. Getting my point? Yes or no? Right, row span. So what are you doing here? You are saying th row span, but what is missing in the third row? You are not having this value. You are not having this value. Why you are not having this value? Because it is already merged. It is already merged, so there is no need of that value. Am I crystal clear? Yes or no? So understood the row span and the column span. So whenever we are talking about the row span and the column span, this is the thing. So you generally go for the row span and you go for the column span horizontal. Clear? So row span and column span are very, very important for tables. Yes? Clear? Concept is clear? Yeah, okay. So now, okay. So whenever we are talking about row span and column span, this one, whenever you are talking about table, normal table, this one. So you don't have to go for any other styling or anything. So what I told you on that day, so try to create the links here. So when somebody is clicking on Vishal page should open. All that I hope you have done it. Okay. Next. Next we will talk about the lists in HTML. So whenever I say list, what is a list? A list is a collection of elements. What is list? A list is a collection of elements. So what is a list? A list is a collection of elements. Collection of elements. So list of vegetables, list of fruits, list of that, list of softwares, list of things that you are learning, list of things that you want to do. All this comes under list only, right? So a list is a collection of elements. In HTML, we can have three types of lists. How many? Three types of lists. First one, ordered list. Second one, unordered list. Right? Third one is definition list. Definition list. First one is what? Ordered list. Second one is unordered list. Third one is definition list. Definition. First one is what? Ordered list. Second one is what? Unordered list. Third one is what? Definition list. So first we will talk about the ordered list of elements. Ordered list. So what is ordered list basically? So ordered list is nothing but the list of elements in a specific order. Yes, in a specific order. So generally our ordering generally we start from 1, 2, 3, 4 and all, right? So in the same way the ordering generally starts from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, we have so many styles, we will see them. Okay, ordered list, it arranges the elements, in, okay, ordered list, it arranges the elements in an order, in an order. Okay, in an order. By default, by default, the order is numeric. The order is numeric. The order is what? Numeric. Okay, so we'll see the example. But before that, we will have to go for OL tag. So which tag? OL tag is used for arranging the elements in order. Okay, OL tag is used for arranging the elements in order. So which tag? OL tag. Okay. Then LI tag. LI tag is put under the OL tag. Okay, Li tag is put under the OL tag. Li tag is put under which tag? OL tag. So Li tag is put under the OL tag. Okay, so Li tag is put under the OL tag to put the elements. To put the elements. So Li tag is put under the OL tag to put the elements. To put the elements. Okay, ordered list. OL, Li, list of elements, yes or no? List of elements. So there you will get the elements. There you will get the elements. Got my point? Okay. Then we will go and design it. So by default the order is numeric. Sir, can we change the change that order of elements? Yes, we can definitely change. So I'll show you. So we will go for okay. So say OL, say LI. Okay, so Li means item number 1. Okay, so like this you can have any number of elements. You can have any number of elements, and definitely you can have, now for example I will say fruits, right? So what I'll say now, fruits. So now under fruits again I can have suborder. I can have suborder. I can have suborder. Again, if you want suborder, what I should do? Again, I'll say OL. Okay. Again, I can say LI. Again, I can say LI. So like this, nesting can happen. Nesting can happen. Getting my point? Okay. So LI. So suppose I'll say banana. I'll say orange. Okay. And I will say mango. So these are like fruits. So under fruits we have this order. So why I'm showing you this, because so we can have nesting also. So fruits, vegetables, grocery. So grocery and accessories, or I'll say kitchen accessories, and then I can also go for something like gadgets. Okay, right. So save this, run this. Now what you are getting? Fruits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So by default the order is what? The order is numeric. By default the order is numeric. Getting my point? So by default the order is numeric anyhow. Okay, so this is called nesting. So under fruits you have those three. Is that clear? So did we say 1, 2, 3? No. Who has decided that? OL has decided that. Who has decided that? OL has decided that, right? Okay. Now we have various styles. Okay, so for example, one I gave. So we can have styles. Okay, I'll tell you. So I can say style is equal to, okay, so style is equal to, or sorry, type is equal to, not style. So type is equal to, so now what are the styles that you can have? One is by default. You can have capital A, small a. This is Roman numeric I. What is this? Roman numeric I. Okay, Roman uppercase. This is Roman lowercase. This is Roman uppercase 1. I means 1, Roman, right? So Roman uppercase I means 1. Roman lowercase I means lower one. So 1, 2, 3 like that. Hope you are understanding. Yes? Okay. Now for example, I will say Roman 1. Type is equal to 1. Okay. So type is equal to 1. So what did you observe here? What did you observe? 1, 2, 3 and all, right? Yes or no? Okay. So we will have the other types here. So we will have, so under vegetable, okay, all of them I'll put it under 1. Okay, so type is equal to A. Okay, otherwise type is equal to I. So in vegetables, I can say something like uh, cabbage, cauliflower, and something like bottle gourd. I don't know the exact spelling. Maybe this is right. Okay. Now what I will get? I will get 1, 2, 3. What I will get here? 1, 2, 3. Getting my point? Yes. Okay. Now, for example, under grocery. So we are having, okay, so capital A and small a. So we'll have small a. Okay, capital A. So under grocery, I'll say oil, sugar, and say pulses. Right? Pulses. So save this. Now what you can see, A, B, C. Okay. So again, in the kitchen accessories, you can have. So this is nesting basically. Okay. So nesting. So oil. So in the so we can say A. Okay. So kitchen accessories, something like racks, stove. Okay. Some
Yeah.
detergents. Yeah. So save this. Okay. So now what you observe here? Right, so A, B, C. So this is the first style, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can have the style. Okay, so type I said, no. So what is this? Type. So type is equal to capital I, in the sense Roman numeral 1, Roman numeric 1. So small I, Roman numeric lowercase basically. Okay, so this is Roman numeric 1, you can say simply. So this is capital A and this is small a. So these are the 5 types that you can put on, you can put on the which list? Ordered list. Which list? Ordered list. Okay. So sometimes I may want them to start at a different value. Rather than 1, I want to start it at a different value. Okay. So then what I can do, I can, okay. So I'll just write one line here. So type attributes. Okay. So I'll write a simple line. So type attributes. So type attributes. So type attribute is used for, so what is type attribute used for? Used for giving different types of order styles, different types of order styles. Okay, then you will have something like start attribute, something like start attribute that gives the initial, so start attribute that will give the initial value of the, so start attribute will give you the, okay, start attribute gives you the initial value of the elements order. Now for example, I will say you start from, okay, so you start from 51. Start from where? 51. So I said you start from 51. Tell me what happened. It started from 51. It started from 51, 51, 52, 53, 54, and 55. So it started from where? It started from 51. It started from 51. So 51, 52, 53. Now, for example, sir, this are there, no? This, how can we call them? Now, for example, what is this? 11, no? What is this? 11. Okay. Okay, so it is not recognizing. One second. Type is equal to, should recognize, no? X means, okay, means 10 only, no? Type is equal to, sorry, type is equal to, so you'll say start is equal to 11. Start is equal to 11. Now tell me what happened. So type is equal to Roman numeric, start is equal to 11. Yeah, start is equal to 11. Okay, so 11 means xi, xyi, right? So just start is equal to 11 you say. No need to say that xi and all here. Okay, I was just okay. Now here also I will say start is equal to, okay, so I will say start is equal to 21. Now tell me what happens if I say 21. So you are getting my point. So you can have anyway. You can have anyway. Okay. Now here I will say start is equal to, again I will say something like 31. Okay. So ABCD 31 won't be there, no? So I will say like say 5. Okay. So 5. Okay. So where it started? EFG. Just to give you an idea, that's it. So start is equal to something like 11, right? Understanding my points? So this is how you can use the start also. You can use the start. So what start will tell you? Start will tell you, start will tell you where to start. Start will tell you where to start. Am I clear? Yes or no? So this is going to be the start. This is going to be the start. So OL can take what attributes? First of all, what is attribute? What is attribute? Attribute is something which is giving a special property to the tag, special property to the tag. So what is the property that it is giving here? The property that it is giving is nothing but the type and start. Type and start. So it is giving type and start. So type, you start with, I mean, you give what order this uppercase order, and you start at 5. You start at 5. You give uppercase order and you start at 5. Is my point crystal clear? Yes or no? So you give type A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and you start at 5. 5 means A, B, C, D, and E. So where it should start? It should start at E. Am I clear? Yes or no? So this is how we generally look at the ordered list. Look at the ordered list. So whenever I am saying ordered list, so these things you have to remember. Am I clear? Yes. Again, stylings we are not going to do here. We can do a lot of stylings here also, but we are not going to do any styles. We will do the styling in CSS. CSS, Bootstrap are meant for styling, so not this. Clear? Okay. So this is about the start. Then we will talk about the unordered list. Unordered list. So this gives a collection of elements not following not following any order. So what are the tags required, sir? UL tag and again li tag only. Li tag is common. Tag is common. Li tag is common. So ul tag is like to give the unordered list. Okay, so to generate the unordered. Yeah, what is the discussion? What is the discussion all about? Huh? Sorry, list. I didn't get you. Unordered list only, no? Hmm. What is the problem? Unordered list of elements. So li is to give the elements. So ul is like parent tag. Ul is like parent tag. Li is a child tag. So which is to put the elements. Is that clear? Okay. Okay. So now what I'll do is instead of saying right. So now ul will not take any start or anything. We cannot define. We have to use the auto generated. We have to use the auto generated ones. So we can use our own things when we go for what? We go for the when we go for the CSS. When we go for the CSS, we can get the auto generated ones. Okay, first of all, I'll just show you, then we'll discuss. So this is UL. What is this? Unordered list. Now tell me what happened. You got some circle, right? You got some circle, right? So or dot, you can say. So no order, nothing, right? But internally you have order. No, internally they are ordered. Internally they are ordered. Yes. Am I clear? No, sir. I don't want to give here also ordered means. So you go for UL and you ignore start and type. Why you have to ignore start and type? Because we don't have any specific order of our choice in HTML. In CSS you have square, circle. You have to add the styles. Okay, so here also I'll say UL and here also I'll say UL. What I have to take off? I have to take off this, and here I have to say UL, and here also I need to say UL. Sorry, UL, and I need to take off the type and start, and then I will say UL, right? Okay, save this. Where? Yeah, so UL, save this. All of them you have to use, or you have to get the nested, no, default. So this is one type, this is one type. Yes, this is one type, this is one type. So you still want many types, obviously you have to go for CSS. Am I clear? Yes or no? So this is the way that you go for the which list, which type of list? This is unordered list, unordered list. So unordered list of elements, unordered list of elements. Yes, am I clear? Yes or no? Okay. So this is the way that we are going for unordered list, unordered list. Got it clear? Yes. Okay. So where I can put the put this different styles, sir, I can put only when CSS is applied. Okay. Right. So then we'll go for the third type of list, which we call it as definition list. Which we call it as what? Definition lists. These lists are used for defining the terms, defining the terms. Okay, so these lists are used for defining what? Defining the terms, defining the terms. Okay, so the tags are going to be DL tag. Okay, so DL tag, DT tag, and DD tag. Okay, so definition list, definition uh, term, and definition data. Okay, so definition data. So this is used for defining the list. It is used for defining the list. It is used for what? Defining the list. Okay, so this is used for defining the list term. Defining what? Defining the list term. Okay, so this is what? Defining the list definition, list data, list data. Okay, so now what I'll do is, okay, I'll just take off this. So DL tag, so under which I will have DT tag. So under this I will have DD tag. Okay, so definition list. So suppose I'll say uh, Python, right? It is a programming language. It is a programming language. Okay, something like this. So now Python, it is a programming language. So it is a definition data. Okay, so or definition term, I should say, and this is definition data. This is definition data. So like this, any number of things you can add, right? So that will give like a format. So term, its meaning, term, its meaning, term, its meaning, like that. Okay, not very much used, but still you can have this. So this is all about the types of the list. All about what? Types of the list, right? Types of the list. How many types of lists? What are they? Ordered. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. So ordered, unordered, and definition lists. So as I've told you, we will try to introduce forms today, and we'll try to understand what exactly works in the background. Okay. So now let's take a simple example where a user, okay, let's say we have designed a form to the user, something like login, something like password, okay, and just submit button. Okay, this is a form. This is a form. So we have given the user the form. The user will fill in the details and he will submit to the server. Yes or no? Yes, am I clear? So you have to design the form and you have to give it to the server. This is client system and this is server system. So you have to give the user a form. You have to design the form now. So you have to give the user a form and that form details have to be filled and those details should go to the server. So details going to the server means it can be some Java, JSP, Java, or any other files, controller, any other file that is nothing but the controller. Yes or no? Yes? Okay. Now you have to design this form. Got my point? So the basic tag for the form is the form tag. Yes? Understand my point? What is the basic tag? Form tag. Now we will understand the action. We'll understand the action, then we will talk about the other things. Form. So form and close the form, right? Now whenever you design the form, when the user says submit, it has to go to some destination. It has to go to some destination. So how you can specify that? You can specify that by saying action. What you can say? Action. Action. So form action. Form action means when you click on submit, where this form details will go. This form details will go to some file dot extension. Okay. So it may go to some file. It may go to some file. So that file may have some extension. That file may have some extension. Getting my point? Is that clear? Yes or no? So form action attributes becomes important when you are in the server based environment. For now, it may not be that much required, but when you go into the server based environment, your Django's, your servlets, JSP, Spring Boot, at that time that may become important. Yes, form action is equal to file dot extension. So file dot extension in the sense it may be a JSP page, it may be in Django, Python files, whatever it may be. Am I clear? What is the attribute important? Action. Okay, and another attribute which is important is method. So method you have two options. One is get, one is post. So we will understand what is the difference between them, right? So what is the form now? Form is the HTML element which is designed for a user to enter the details. Which is designed for user to enter the details. Enter the details. Getting my point? Am I clear? So user will enter his details. How the user will enter the details? By taking up a form. So how you design the form? By using the form tag. By using the form tag. Am I clear? Now, what is this called, sir? This is called as label. This is called as text field. This is called as label. This is called as text field. This is called as button. So there are so many things like this. Getting my point or not? So how we create a form? Form space action is equal to some file. So you want it to go to some file or somewhere, right? Method is equal, it can be any website also, it can be anything. Now for example, you got a form on Instagram or Facebook, you will fill it and you'll say submit. Where it will go? It will go to the server. It will go to the server. Yes or no? Who is maintaining that page? The information will go to them. Yes or no? Means with which attribute? With the action attribute only. If you are not writing anything there, the form will not go. Am I clear? Okay, so what is the minimum tag here? Form tag. What is the action tag? You specify the file name where this form has to be submitted. Where this form has to be submitted. Point number 2. And next, method. Method means what kind of request. So this is basically request only, no? This is basically what? Request. And what server will do? Server will respond. Means what kind of request? Is it a get request or is it a post request? What is the difference between that get request and post request? We will see. We'll see from the HTML point of view. After you go into your Python or Java, uh, advanced Java or advanced Python, there you'll understand what exactly that particularly according or I can say according to the server management. But now we will understand just a small difference. So data privacy difference. The difference also I'll tell you. It is nothing but data privacy. Data privacy. With post you get most privacy. With get you will not get that much of privacy. That's the only thing. And what you need to do, you need to use different tags to create the label. So this is label basically. So for label you have the label tag. So this is like input box, you have the input tag. So there are so many things that we need to discuss. So tomorrow completely we will dedicate to forms. So tomorrow all day, all this class will go to forms, because forms are very important. So without forms there is no website in the world. So without forms, there is no site that will be maintained, because forms are important for everyone to get the information. Yes or no? So that is why tomorrow completely we will dedicate. So there are many things to learn, many interesting things to learn about the form. Okay, so before that you complete this list, images and all those things, and come up tomorrow. So we will discuss about the form completely. Yes, so today I gave you just an introduction of how it is created and all. So I don't want to go into the coding part. So in the next session, we will be looking completely into that. Okay, thank you.